All right, welcome to This Explainer. If you've ever been through the process of buying or selling a home, there's one big question that has almost definitely crossed your mind, even if you were maybe a little hesitant to ask it out loud.
Yep, this one. It's kind of the elephant in the room in pretty much every single real estate deal.
And look, you are absolutely not alone in wondering about this. There is so much confusion around how commissions work. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and clear it all up.
Okay, so first things first, we have got to start by debunking the single biggest myth out there, this idea that when a house sells, the agent just gets handed one giant check. The reality, well, it's a whole lot more complex than that.
This right here, this really gets to the heart of the whole misunderstanding. On the one hand, you have the myth, this idea of a single massive payday. But the reality is that the money gets divided again and again before an agent ever sees a penny of it. And the gap between those two scenarios? It is huge.
So how does that commission actually get split up? Come on, let's follow the money, and I've got a really simple way to think about it that should make everything crystal clear.
I love this analogy because it's so simple. Just picture that total commission amount as a single bill. The very first thing that happens, right off the top, is that it gets torn in half. That's the first and biggest split. So just to make the math easy, let's use a nice round number for our example. Let's say the total commission on a home sale is $10,000. The seller agrees to this amount when they sign the listing agreement. Now, pay close attention to what happens to that money. So here's the journey that 10 grand takes. It's not one payment. It's more like a domino effect. First, that total amount is split between the brokerage for the seller and the brokerage for the buyer. Then, each of those brokerages takes its half and splits it again with their agent. So that one check is now destined for 4 different pockets. And here's what that looks like at the end of the day. That initial $10,000 is now shared between 4 different parties. The agent selling the house and their brokerage, and the agent bringing the buyer and their brokerage. All of a sudden, that huge commission we started with doesn't seem quite so huge anymore, does it? Right, but what is that agent's slice of the pie actually paying for? Because let me tell you, it is a whole lot more than just showing up to unlock a door. That money has to cover a ton of work and a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. I mean, think about it. That commission has to cover all the upfront marketing costs, professional photography, not to mention the countless hours they spend negotiating, coordinating with lenders, inspectors, you name it. And here's the real kicker. It also has to cover all the time and money spent on the deals that don't ever make it to the closing table. And this is such a crucial point to remember. A real estate agent only gets paid when a transaction successfully closes. They can pour weeks, sometimes months of their time and their own money into a deal with absolutely no guarantee of a paycheck. If it all falls apart at the last minute, they get nothing. Okay, so once you really get how the money works, it kind of helps you see the bigger picture. It lets us move past the mechanics of the payment and get into what really matters, the mindset and the trust that's at the heart of this whole thing. I love this quote. It was born from a hard lesson that an agent learned early in their career, and it just perfectly captures the true focus of a great professional. When you're dealing with somebody's largest asset, just chasing a check is completely the wrong motivation. The real goal is to earn their trust. Exactly. It's all about shifting your mindset from selling to serving. When an agent's primary focus moves from the commission to the client's outcome, the rest just tends to fall into place. And believe me, people can feel that difference a mile away.
So what does all this mean for you? Well, if you're a buyer, your agent's guidance is typically paid for out of that seller-paid commission, so you're not writing a separate check for their help. And if you're a seller, that commission you agree to up front is paying for a whole comprehensive service, everything from the marketing strategy to expert negotiation to get your home sold.
So at the end of the day, that commission isn't just some random number. It's the financial structure that actually holds the whole process together. It's what ensures both buyers and sellers have professional representation in their corner from start to finish. So the next time you think about real estate fees, maybe it leaves us with a better question to ask. When you're choosing an agent, what matters more? Their commission or their commitment? It's about finding that professional who truly prioritizes your outcome over their paycheck, because a decision this big deserves nothing less.